Hello there. Today I want to share with you guys one of my favorite books. It is Native Speaker, written by a Korean American author named Chun Lee. I persuade you guys to read some of his other works. It's pretty interesting. It's all about experiences felt by Asians in different scenarios. In this book, it is about the immigrant experience, and Chun Lee centers the story around Henry Park, the main character. Henry Park is a first generation Korean American who has spent most of his life trying to become an American, trying to assimilate. For example, after school, he would repronounce um, all the words he mispronounced in class. He once had a problem with an American girl. He played with the white kids in his neighborhood. He later on married his American wife, and they had a child together. But at the same time, he was raised in a strict Korean family. His Korean parents taught him, not to show emotion. Um, Taught him that he's Korean and not to assimilate. And Henry Park does become successful later on in life, but he runs into some troubles. First of all, his son Matt dies, and he just loses his interest in American value, his interest in being an American. And then months later, his Korean dad dies, and he just loses his Korean tradition, his values, and he just loses his any all of his values and loses his identity. He feels like he's a no one. Or you can say he's an alien. And so after these situations, he focused on working. He just worked day and day, and his wife left him because he he had apathy for his their son's death, and he constantly works. And so, Henry Park, he works as a spy. He gathers information on new immigrants, ironically, for his company. His company is paid by officials from different countries who pay for information about those immigrants, about if they're planning something bad that would affect their country from America. But on Henry Park's next assignment, he has to spy on a Korean, John Kwang. He is a um, newly famed politician for the minority, and Henry Park and Kwang have similar values. They're both Korean. Kwang is a successful American. He speaks fluent English. He's Korean. He has a Korean family. And basically, his this assignment is redemption for Park. It's gonna reestablish, his relationship with his wife and reestablish his identity. And but at the same time, he faces some betrayal and loyalty. And well, that's about it about Native Speaker. I can't really say anymore unless I want to give the book away. But this book, I like the book because the memories Henry Park talks about. It's very interesting. It reinforces my Asian values. It's really nostalgic for me because the incidents he talks about his dad and himself, it reminds me of situations in which I felt and which I've seen, and so it relates to me a lot. And if you want to read a book about that refers to Asian values, this is the book to read. Um, the other thing that I really liked about it is it somewhat is realistic. There's a bunch of affairs, deaths, and naive actions made by some of the characters, and I really like that. And well, thanks for watching my book talk.